Hello, everyone. I'm Jandor of JLE Music, and today we have a special video, a different video than or different content than what you're usually used to from me. More awkwardness because this is all hopefully one take. Um, so today we're going to talk about one of my favorite labels, Melt Records, and they are throwing an online gig called Melt 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 in your home. And rather than me talking about it, because what do I know, right? We have some of our friends here right now in the call from Melt Records to talk more about the event. So right now we have from Melt Records, Deb Acebu and Dexter C.
Hey, hey guys.
Hi.
Uh,
Hello.
and also from some of the bands, we have Kat from Manic Mundane. You
Hi.
can say hi.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone.
We have Chelsea Don.
Hi.
Ayun.
everyone.
We have Francis representing Kirena kasi Casey nasaan ka? Yes, kasama to pag
Hello,
lumabas yung intro.
guys. Nice to be here.
Ayun. Thank you so much. Thank you so much everyone for joining and helping promote your event. So first few questions I'd like to throw out to Melt or your representatives from Melt. So what is this event? Can you tell us more about it? Can you tell the people more about it, and why are you doing an online gig? So either Deb or Dex.
Deb.
Ako ba? Hindi. Actually, matagal na namin siyang gustong gawin talaga eh. I mean, given naman na halos naman lahat tayo gustong mag-gig. Pero dahil nga, what we can only do for now is through online or like virtual siya. So, yun. We rounded up some of the artists, and then we are doing this din kasi perhaps para din they can also like perform kahit na like we are doing it remotely. At the same time, kasi some of the artists that we have also, especially Chelsea, Manic Mundane, and among others, bago sila sa lineup with Melt. And of course, we also wanted to let the people know that, hey guys, we have new artists, and we as much as we want to have a live gig, but we ask them to join us and perform a live recorded session for you guys. So that's one thing. So yeah, also we also thought about doing this parang on the side na din is to promote parang vaccination para sa like awareness to people. So yun, that's all I can say.
Yes, I know. I think as Deb covered most of it. I think this is quite overdue. Personally, I do have personal interest because I think we usually with the bands that we work with, like often starts with us like seeing a live performance and so on. And I think the last year and a half has been very different, and we've had the opportunity to start working with artists that we've never even met in person. And I think this is also due to like the finding ways to tap into the digital space to bring out more new music. So personally, I've not seen. But Chelsea has a bunch of like live videos online, but never like seen her set live. I haven't seen Kath set live as well. So and a bunch of other artists we've never really actually seen live. So I've personally been quite curious and very interested to see this. So it's kind of like a selfish agenda for me, but in the end, like it's also something that the audience hopefully would enjoy as well. And yes, Debbie mentioned like in the vaccination drive is also like our way of saying, if we want to get back to a state of being able to do live gigs again. I think vaccination is definitely how we can all help get to that point, and hopefully that won't be too far away from now.
Oh, nga, I think a lot of people should be like pursuing getting vaccinated right now, because not just because we want gigs again, which I
Yeah.
think we'd all agree that we do want gigs again, but also for some return to some semblance of normalcy, going out, and not having that fear of getting very severely sick,
Definitely.
'di ba?
Yeah,
Bakit
I
pala
agree.
2 days yung
Definitely.
event? Ganun ba ka big time yung Iba talaga pag Melt Records.
Ano talaga, gusto talaga namin ng alternate trip. Sinusunod namin yung galaw.
Shoutouts to
Goals daw
Alternative
yung
daw.
Shout out to
goals daw yung
alternative.
alternative.
But I guess actually, like I think it just grew from there. I think we did have like, we originally planned, we were thinking of doing like a festival, online festival thing, and then kahit, a whole day of like live sets, but just proved to be too difficult for us to pull that off. We've been thinking about that since since November pa last year. But yeah, I think at this point, like we've kind of just decided na just to do something smaller, like on a week to week na basis lang. So originally we thought it might even extend to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, no? But I guess even that was a lot of
Bakit
working for us,
hindi?
especially we're quite inexperienced with this whole thing, so yun lang. I think that's I think it's a good start to have like a 2 weekend thing. That's something that me and Deb actually um, thought about a lot, no, and arrived to this particular format for now. Hopefully, it's something that we can pull off and everyone also enjoys as much.
Oh, tapos foreign bands naman, 'di ba? I think
For sure, for sure.
on the side, 'di ba? We were talking about it dun sa sarili
Yeah,
nating
yeah.
group. Parang I guess
Actually,
yung mga one of the biggest pros of having online gigs is that you can actually get foreign bands to play for
yeah.
for sets. Yung mga
Actually.
mababait,
Without
'di
paying
ba?
for airfare and like
'Di
hotels.
ba? Hindi mo naisipin yung saan ko kukunin yung pangkain sa kanila o yung pang-hotel.
Definitely.
'Di ba?
Actually, everything's actually like I think that's the only upside siguro of this whole like remote music scene thing is like I guess other than being interconnected sa internet and like people being a bit closer, feeling a bit closer lang together. I guess the other thing is like it's actually a good time to do things for cheap. So we wanna maximize that opportunity on our end as well.
Yeah, tama. So talking about online gigs, I'll throw it all to everyone here in the group. What are your feelings about having online gigs? We can start with si Kat na lang muna.
Okay. To be honest, at first it gave me that strange feeling kasi ako mismo personally I love going to live shows talaga. But on the brighter side, it felt really comforting to see friends. I have a lot of musician friends personally that I haven't seen them release or play ever since, and they just got to release a lot of as much music stuff last year. And it's also I don't know what's the perfect term. It still leaves me fascinated kasi it reveals some like side of artists that you don't get to see up close when you see them perform live. So
Yeah, parang
ayun,
mas
but
personal siya just because online siya,
yeah.
tapos talagang without the pressure of an audience.
Yeah, totoo. I've seen a lot of that since last year. And then ano din siya at the same time. Yun nga, it's strange but it's a good opportunity, and also it's a much needed din siguro activity um for especially for creative people kasi somehow it brings people together din kahit virtual lang. It's a good way to be closer to friends. And even ako personally, I haven't spoken to a lot of musician friends in so long. But nung nag-release ako, may reunion. Parang ganon. So,
yeah, amazing. Yun lang.
Ayun, thank
But
you.
still hoping
Mm.
for live gigs to get back as soon as possible kasi nakaka-miss siya talaga. Iba pa din talaga pag live.
Yeah, true. Tama.
Mm.
I also miss the liveness of a live gig. Sige, si Chelsea naman, your feelings of having online gigs.
Um, so, well, since the pandemic has started, I've probably been into a few online gigs. But I guess for this one, I'm pretty much excited because it's my first time to ever perform for Melt, like along with my label mates and so on. Um, it's it sucks that I don't get to see them perform live, but well, at least I still get to see them perform.
Ayun, tama. Oo nga, no, dami kasing lakas kasi maghatak si na Deb tsaka si Dex ng ano eh, na new people to their label eh. During a pandemic pa.
Sila Dexter talaga yun eh.
Yo.
And then,
Ano lang ako.
shout out to Mick, no? Our main
Shout out to
A&R
Mick.
guy.
Yeah.
Sige. Si Francis naman, what are your feelings about having online gigs?
For us Karina, during the start of pandemic, we were a bit hesitant because we were thinking this pandemic won't last. It's gonna be a few months, just like before, like SARS and MERS-CoV. But when things gotten worse, it was like we were pinned to a corner that we really can't do live shows now. Our grand plan of doing another national tour won't be happening. So it's part of the new normal now. So it's a bitter pill to swallow. You have to adjust to your online presence now. So it's like we're learning to love it. But so far, we've been loving it, and we've been able to reach more people. And it also pushed us into a corner to learn new technologies in the audio and video production. So back in 2019, we were actually planning to invest more in our online presence, but it was because we were so busy doing gigs and so busy promoting gigs also, we kind of put it at bay. But now, I guess this is a new normal. So we are still learning to love it, but we're loving it. So I think the fear is shaking off. So I hope my answer helps.
Well, I guess yung ngayon na parang na-push forward na yung plans nyo of having an online presence. Everything's online
I just
now.
wanted to mention na Karina actually pinakamalayong reach in terms of like roster, especially with having had the opportunity to play in the online Osaka lane. Music lane, Okinawa pala. Sorry, not Osaka. Music lane, Okinawa. No? So, yes, they were able to reach that Japanese audience, man. Thanks, by the way. Shout out, by the way, kay MC sa The Rest is Noise for helping make that happen. So, yun. I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, oo nga. Parang pati yung last time, di ba? FET. Umabot na rin ang Kirina sa FET. No, barring any other experiences there.
Yeah, that was hard but fun. And we really spent a lot, but the returns were far greater than we expected. So it was really a good experience. But now it's kind of a dream. So everything right now is surreal. It's like 2019 was a very distant memory.
Man, yung headspace ko still pa rin. parang March 2020, like right before the pandemic. Ewan ko kung others feel the same.
Para
Oh,
lang siyang nag-season 2, basically.
oh gosh.
Parang siyang
That's
March
true.
2020 season 2. I mean, for me, personally, that's how I felt.
March 2022. Electric Boogaloo. Joke lang. I think for Dex and Deb, we touched upon yung some of the feelings about having online gigs, and that's why you are having an online gig. But would you like to add whatever what you're feeling about this kind of setup in this time?
Well, ako personally, it's kind of sad, especially that we were used to like playing shows and interacting with friends or like gig goers, ganyan. And it's basically it's a new it's a new thing the online gig. Kasi as a performer, speaking as a performer, mahirap siyang gawin, especially when you try to prepare and gather all your band members to record. Like
First-hand experience then.
yeah, first-hand experience. So like it's syempre, you can't really force them to do it, but if they are really committed to do it, so that would be awesome. Pero compared kasi with the live performance, like aakit ka lang sa stage, tapos salpak mo lang yung gitara mo and everything, ganyan. Tapos rekta na siya. But with online gigs right now, sobrang hirap siya. Like, tas isa pa is, like for example, as someone who sings and, you try to, when you sing in front of a crowd or something, parang mas naiengganyo ka pa siyang gawin siya. Whereas, like, singing in front of a camera, and like seeing yourself doing it, parang sometimes I feel pathetic. I don't know, pero that's just me Pero yeah, pero at the same time, I just see it na lang din na, okay, sige. I know it's going to be difficult, and I know I would feel na this isn't something worth doing or something, but at the end of the day, it's it's not it's not just about me. It's also about people wanting to hear about your music and seeing you kahit na online lang. Because I know na people would really want to see you play or sing or perform. So yun siya. Yun nakakamiss talaga siya. As in, sobrang nakakamiss lang yung live gigs and yung online gig. It's a new thing, but yeah, I guess we can get the hang of it.
Gets you halfway
Perhaps, pero
there.
sana hindi matagal. Sana hindi magtagal, di ba? Yun lang.
I guess coming from me, like maybe coming from a different perspective of someone who hasn't performed in years, then doesn't intend to go back to like performing or even like making my own music, at least at this point. And someone who, as from someone actually as well, actually hasn't been to a gig in like kahit pre-COVID ba in like a year before COVID, even before COVID started. So I do personally feel like I'm a bit in my element. So I think Deb can attest na like before the pandemic hit, like I was actually quite dormant in my work with Melt, no? Because I left it to everyone who had that who had the mobility, so to speak, to actually organize the events or go out there like physically and like reach people. Personally, like I do feel I've been in my element since then because as someone working in software as well, it's been very interesting for me to try and find new ways not to connect to the audiences. So, for example, like our website launched actually like a few months after the pandemic started. So somehow I do feel like there's a lot of opportunity, and I agree. I do hope na it doesn't become the restrictions would wouldn't have to be there na like in a few months or in half a year, hopefully. But even after that, I think we've learned a lot about like connecting digitally that I hope still continues, and I hope it's still always there as an option to reach more people.
Mhm. All right. Oo nga, tama. I mean, I think a lot of bands right now and also people, gig goers, have also adjusted or are forced to adjust to,
Yeah.
a more online lifestyle if they aren't already more online than
Mm,
before
mm.
the pandemic, 'di ba? Ayun, okay. So, thank you. But having said that and about online gigs, for your event para dito sa sa event ng Melt, and for everyone again, whose set are you most excited to watch? Other than your own, alam ko pinaghirapan niyo yung sets niyo, pero I mean, amongst your other label mates, di ba? Baka meron din naman kayong gustong panoorin din. Instead of, watching reruns of your own sets. Si Francis na lang muna. Try natin.
I'm very excited to watch Manic Mundane because I've never seen her perform before. So we're very, very excited. Yeah, she's here. So I hope she heard us.
Hi!
And
Grabe mag-pressure, Francis.
yes. And then also I like the virtual medium, the online gig, because you actually have control of how you present. Unlike live gigs that you just make most of what the organizer gives to you, but this time you have more room for control, what you want to present, what image you want to project. So that's why I'm very excited about this Melt online gig because we can explore more in this new medium. So that's it for me.
Oo nga. I think even for other bands, especially mga younger bands na pinapanood ko ngayon, I think this setup is more in tune with what they know how to do because they're used to that whole DIY internet culture of just, I don't know how they do it honestly, but it's very entertaining and it's a good thing na ganito yung nangyari. I mean, it's one of the good things about all of this happening. Ayun. So si Chelsea naman muna. Whose set are you excited to watch?
I'd say Francis. I'm a huge fan of his playing, and as much as I want to see him perform live, I I can't. So I'm really psyched to be able to see his set for this event. Also, I'm excited to hear about my other um, label mate in Dumaguete, si Uju, because the kid's really, really good in singing, writing, and then the band's really great as well. So I guess.
Yeah, one of my favorite releases, I guess, just recently under Melt, yung sa Uju. Yeah.
Actually, I have a question for you, Chels. Like, have you seen them live, live? Or I don't even know if they're already playing. Yeah, if they're already playing before the pandemic.
They have actually in Siliman. They usually play during founders events, stuff like that. So what you hear with their album is actually how they play in person. So
Nice.
Yes, interesting.
Nice. Ayan, sige. So last, si Kat naman. Whose set are you excited to watch?
Okay, that's a very hard question. But since I've already seen Karina perform live many times, exceptional lang sila this time. I know they're gonna do good, no? I've seen them many times na one of my favorites sa kanila, yung recently lang, yung FET. Ang ganda. Hi, Francis. Na-pressure ako dun sa ni Francis.
Thank you.
Okay.
May time ka pang palitan yung set mo. May ilang araw ka pa mag-resubmit ng set mo.
Super na-pressure ako. But anyway, going back to the question, I'd love to see Chelsea and Uju din.
Popular yung yung Dumaguete bands artist dito sa
Kayo, Dex and Deb, may ano ba kayo? I think napanood yun eh, no? For sure napanood nyo na yung sets ng mga, ng mga tao. Or hindi pa?
Ako, I don't know with them. Actually, those who didn't. But to be honest, like I don't think everyone has submitted yet. But actually, I'm actually, siguro like maybe if it were, you know, first of all, for the record, like I'm really excited for everyone's sets.
Safe.
I guess for nostalgia na purposes, like I am quite excited for Sunday and for Honey Drop. Baka ma-redact to, hopefully hindi.
Hindi, wala.
But yeah, I'm
Wala.
excited for us. No, because actually like maybe off the record or on the record, I think medyo iffy pa yung set ng Honey Drop. Pero yun, I think those are the two. Kasi just, when we started out sa Melt like in 2013, around that time, like 2012, 2013. So these were the bands actually that when I was still playing as well, like I always played with mine in gigs, and also the first few bands that we actually worked with. Kaya yun, like, that's something I'm looking forward to for nostalgia reasons, and also to see how it's evolved over the years.
Ikaw, Deb, pressure naman daw sa inyo.
Grabe, sinasalo ko yung pressure, guys. Actually, excited ako sa lahat. No, hindi siya as dahil safe answer siya. May disclaimer. Hindi, totoo. Besides kasi dun sa, of course, na nakita ko na yung Kiray na Sunday, yun, since sila naman yung mga halos kasabayan din namin before. Excited ako to see how the new artists, I mean, sa roster rather, like, perform and like project themselves, regardless na online siya or whatever, since makikita mo naman talaga yung kung gaano nila, I mean, kung paano sila mag-perform na, live. Tapos yun, excited din ako for the bands na especially yung mga new artists that we have here sa Melt. Kasi yun nga, as what Chelsea said, parang never pa niyang na-try na, tumugtog together with them. So parang sort of na lang din siya na parang semblance of, what we were doing before, na kasabay yung halos lahat ng mga bands within the Melt roster. So exciting siya for me na ma-feel nila yung ganong feeling. Yun.
Mm-hmm.
Parang excited na tuloy ako sa lahat. Grabe. Parang lahat ng tao dito parang, I'm excited to watch everyone. Ako rin, excited na rin tuloy manood ng lahat. Ayun, so for last few questions na lang for this interview. For the bands naman, sama na natin si Deb kung gusto mo, since tutugtog rin naman kayo. This is the time to hype yourself, your own sets up. So for the bands here, what can your fans or any other fans of other bands, what can they expect from your own sets naman? Sige kaya. Chelsea, start tayo.
Honestly, it's just me. So I guess besides me playing solo, there are stuff that I did with the set that I don't usually do during live. So I wouldn't say what it is, so people can just so this is what she was talking about. So I guess you're just gonna have to watch to witness.
Ayun, nice hype. Si Francis naman.
They're gonna see a part of Uranus' new lineup, because we just had a lineup change. So we're actually, I'm not sure if the word is expanding. We're just improving the lineup and it's kind of how we interpret ourselves live in the online realm. So there's a bit of adjustment, and it's a bit hard, but we hope it will bring joy to everyone who will see. So I really can't promise anything, but we're doing our best in our online sets, and we're working hard on it.
Yun. Ikaw, Deb, gusto mo sumagot dun sa ano? Assuming nag-submit na yung yung honey dog.
Ano? Actually, ngayon hindi pa. Hindi
Oh.
pa ngayon. Pero ayun, actually I'm looking forward din to how yung dynamics din namin. Kasi alam ko sa live performance pa lang medyo mahirap na siya. Like mahirap siyang i-pull off. I mean, not because kinakabahan kami or what, pero medyo medyo technical kasi yung mga kasama ko eh. So, you know, as in like they make things complicated. That's it. So, I don't know how we're going to do it this time, but it's also something I'm looking forward to see. And yun, yeah. Yun.
Ayun, nice. Okay, Kat.
So the last time I played solo and live was back in 2018 pa, sa Dubai. I used to have this solo project before Manic Monday, and I used to be Cathedral. So that was like another lifetime. And so for this one that I'll be doing for Melt Live, I actually made a special set of tracks to perform. Some of them aren't part of my EP. So, special talaga siya. And yun, this is, I think, yung pinaka-challenging na ginawa ko so far. Number one, because it's I mean, I haven't played for like a very long time, and kasi yung live setup, and I'm given na solo ako, I do everything all at the same time. It was like a test kung ano yung mga bagay na kaya kong gawin all at once. You know, I was filming, I was doing production, I was, you know, doing or like playing with my gears at the same time, singing. It's really tricky, and it's really insane, but I'm getting used to it and loving it. So ayun, I hope more people would watch, or friends would watch. This is a special set, yun. This is especially for our friends na nagtiwala and nagsusuporta sa atin since day one. So, yun.
Ayun. Well, you
record,
mentioned
I don't know ano.
Sige, go ahead.
Cathedrals pala yun ang yung KTHDRLZ.
Yeah, actually it's cathedrals, post synthwave siya, cinematic electronic project ko before.
I just read that kasi I didn't know na that was actually pronounced cathedrals. It's KTHDLRZ yung yung name ng band niya dati.
Cathedrals. Kasi churches, they
okay.
parang kinakompare ako dati sa churches. So,
kaya pala.
Fun fact na.
Yeah. So, cathedrals. So, yun yung backstory, actually. My friends from YY, they were the ones who named me cathedrals. So, ganun.
So, Kat, na-mention mo kanina that you had an EP, or your live set will be, I guess, part of it will be part of your EP, which segues, I guess, to the last question for the bands. Do you have any upcoming releases that you want to promote, or, for fans to look forward to this year or in the near future?
Yeah. For now, I'm actually preparing for my EP. Minimix and master na siya. Hopefully, like, this third quarter, ma-release na, hopefully. And this EP actually saved me for last year. A little backstory lang. Last year, I was having like the worst anxiety of my life kasi yung production laptop ko that I've been using since 2016 nasira. So I
Oh.
had like 300 to 400 demos na hindi na recover. So like coping up dun, I started from the scratch, and like the first 6 tracks that I made are yun yung tracks sa EP ko. And I made it in a span of a month. And after that, I took music seriously. I contacted Mick. I contacted some people, guys, help me. I have this, I tried to make my EP. For the first time, then I sang. I used to just play, instrumentals, walang vocals. So, yun. I'm also working with Shohi Kino on my EPs, the one mixing and mastering this project. And of course, with Melt Records, na I'm really grateful for. They've been supportive of me since day one. Di ako pinabayaan, the best. So, yun. I have my upcoming EP by, I don't know, I can't state any date pa. It's called Narrative 3, by the way. So, hope you guys tune in for it.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you. Kayo, Francis, for Kirina, meron ba kayong upcoming new releases?
I think I would take this opportunity to formally announce that we are working on our first LP, and we are already halfway done through pre-production. Actually, in between production and pre-production, because we already laid down tracks. And we were supposed to work on this last year, but because of the adjustment of the pandemic, we decided to officially start production last January 2021. So we really can't promise a date. I think we can only announce when mixing is mastering is done, and this time around we're working closely with some trusted people. So we have Carl from Mandawi Nights helping us in the production and the creative process. We are working closely with RJ of Red Verb. After canvassing and selecting all the studios, we found his work fits our music. So we already sent him some pilot tracks for mixing and mastering. So hopefully within the year, we're planning to release maybe an 8 to 12 track LP under Melt Records. So we're kind of in a lot of pressure right now because it's half the year and half the album is done. So we don't want to take so long, but the creative process has been very, very good. And then also we're producing remotely. It's like we're creating songs without ever meeting each other face to face. So it's kind of different experience, and the outcome of the songs also is kind of different. So you can expect a lot of surprises with our new songs. So I guess that's it for Karina. So thanks.
Last, si Chelsea, do you have any upcoming releases?
Yes, I do. It's called Mulat, and I think we're releasing it next month, July. When was
About
that
yeah.
next, Gani?
Yeah, so now it's probably July 16. Like the week after the last leg of not.
So yeah, Mulat. It's actually a protest song, I'd say. I wrote that around February and opened it up to the label to have it released ASAP. So yeah, maybe next month it'll be out na, and then yeah, for now that's it.
Yeah, thank you. So a lot of good stuff to look forward to. Okay, that wraps up our interview, our meeting. Thank you again, everyone from Melt Records to all the bands. For everyone who's watching this video, um, please do pass by, go to their events, and kayo ba, Dex and Deb, how do people go to the event or where can they go to watch it?
Okay, so it's going to be available sa Facebook page ng Melt on July 3 and July 10. Both are Saturdays. And around 3 p.m. yung start. So 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. yun yung time. Also, yeah, actually we update naman social media like from time to time. You can check out our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. That's at Melt Records PH. So you'll be more updated doon. So yeah.
We're actually also setting up a virtual stage on our website, hopefully to give a more immersive option for people. Of course, it's available as a Facebook Live. Either way, whichever is more convenient. If you guys want to check out the virtual stage, it's actually up. So it's melt.click/stage. And yeah, that's something you might want to check out. No? Familiarize yourselves with the virtual space.
Ayun, wow. Big time talaga Melt, may virtual stages na sila. Leveling up the online gig game. Ayun, so again, that's it, everyone. Thank you to Melt Records, to all the bands, to Kat, Chelsea, Francis, Deb, and Dex. They're Melt Records. I'm Janner of Jaylee Music, and I'll see you at the gig. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Red.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
John
you.
Lor.
Thank you for having us.